What's up, guys? Twintuitive 717. I am back with another reading. This is going to be for the feminine collective because I've been getting a lot of strong energies and messages around change. And just to remind you that change is good and to not be afraid to take risk or make change in your life, make things happen for yourself. Because I feel like a lot of you have been experiencing quite a fair share of spiritual attack, but that is because I intuitively feel a lot of big shifts happening, particularly around like reunion energy. Okay, 717 has been slapping me around in the face. So I feel like this message is for some of you to, like, if something wants you to lose the faith or lose the momentum or be distracted, whereas I feel like many of you are just focused on yourselves right now. You're not even really thinking about the journey in any way with your masculine at this time, but I feel like something's wanting to distract you or make you think about it, cause heartache, mainly distraction, because I feel like wherever you're going or wherever you're headed, the universe is somewhat preparing you. So even though you may feel like things are stagnant or chaotic, trust that that is for a reason right now. And I feel like it's to teach many of you the art of risk taking, if that makes sense. Okay, I feel like many of you are going to wake up and pull yourselves out of some kind of environment that's creating stagnancy for you, making you feel like you're trapped or you're stuck or you're just unhappy. A lot of you have been wanting to move out of either a job. I'm feeling very heavily for many of you. With the job situation, I feel like you've either outgrown it and you feel like there's more that you can do. I don't mean to be rude, but I feel like whoever this is, and you don't mean to be rude either, but it's like the people that you work with can be idiots. That's the best way I can put it. Or I feel like your energy is coming off like that. You could be a fire sign where like work is very important to you and hard work is very important to you. You don't have time for people who complain or people who just kind of lag their feet. You just kind of like to go in there and get the job done. And so I feel like many of you are feeling trapped in an environment where you're not being matched with a lot of challenges. Now, there's other people where it's not a work environment. It could be a relationship, for example. Okay, so a relationship with either one person or a group of people. This could be a living arrangement, a living situation. It could be you're in a partnership with someone and you're being called to take a risk in terms of speaking your truth and saying, this isn't working out and I'm going to do something about it and start fresh or start anew. And instead, I feel like some of you are choosing to stay stuck in that. And so it's creating a lot of upheaval or a lot of stagnant energy in that space. And you're kind of pacing back and forth going, something needs to give or something needs to change. So don't stay in places that bring heartache, conflict, just a lot of negative vibrations to your experience. A lot of you are being guided to push ahead and move forward. Okay, so let's see what these cards have to say about the art of risk taking. Okay, so this is going to be your current energy. Okay, so things that you may be currently doing, fixated on. Okay, and this is going to be what's coming up for you or what the universe wants to give you a heads up on. And then we also have your outcome card, okay? So these four are going to be your best course of action. I love that we have the page and knight coming up side by side here. Hang on, let me just tilt the camera so you guys can see all the cards. Okay, so let's go ahead and find out just what's been happening in the background. Okay, we have the Five of Cups. Trust that there's a reason for everything that happens. Remove yourself from the negative emotions of others. This is why I'm saying, like, it's somebody's workplace where you just need to get out of there. I feel like you don't match the vibration there. People are negative or they don't see your take on things. You might have a really strong work ethic and you've been pushed, and we'll see if it comes up in the cards, but many of you are being pushed to do things on your own. I feel like a lot of you are getting strong signs of being a leader. That's why I'm feeling a lot of Aries energy or fire signs. Like, you guys have a hard time working for people. And it's because you are better leaders, naturally born leaders. Okay, so remove yourself. Okay, so focusing on which frightens you or worries you. Don't be afraid to leave the situation behind. I feel like many of you may be afraid of certain things like your abundance or your financial stability. Maybe this job pays you a lot, and sometimes you might feel like, okay, you know what? I'll just brush all of the drama under the table because the pay is good. But the drama takes a toll on you energetically or emotionally in some way, because this is the Five of Summer or the Five of Cups. The negative emotions of others, I feel like specifically too, like if you're a fire sign, like you just cannot deal. You can't deal with people who are lazy. You can't deal with people who are not motivated, and you can't deal with people who don't have a strong work ethic. Okay, so pay attention to that. I feel like it's not you, it's them, literally. And you may just need to better align yourself with something that is more geared towards purpose. There's nothing wrong with being a leader and delegating tasks, okay? And it's just in your nature. We have, that's 6 of Summer, okay? So children or childhood, the return of people or romances from your past, remembering events differently in a better or worse light than how they really occurred. Okay, so just prepare for this energy as well hitting you in terms of romances returning. It's probably because you're ready to make some kind of change, and I feel like naturally when that happens you attract things that you're more aligned with. So it's like you're taking a weight off of your chest and making room for new things. And I feel like children or childhood could be really important with helping you move out of this energy. Children or working with children could be something that's really significant or important for your life path or your journey. But even spending time around children right now, returning back to your childlike self, may help you remove yourself from the negative emotions of others, knowing that you can do it. And I feel like it is because you just don't need it. It doesn't mean you have to go about it negatively. Maybe get into this childlike energy and say, wait a second, like I can imagine my way out of this. It's okay to say this isn't working for me, and don't live in fear. The energy of children or childhood is to remember that you can imagine and you can create. Okay, so some of you are afraid of making major moves in terms of certain areas of your life where your stability can be affected, i.e. moving, selling your home, taking on a different lease somewhere, taking on a mortgage. All of that affects our finances. But at the same time, we're doing it based off of this need or desire within us to have more passion in our lives. And when you're doing things with good intentions, you can expect good results. Let's see what the outcome of this will be. Okay, once you walk away from these negative associations, look at this, you have the Queen of Pentacles. So for those of you where this is career related, you are getting to be practical here with how you proceed. Okay, the ability to make anything more beautiful. And I feel like that's what many of you may be afraid of. Is that, again, the money's good where it is you're at, but the money will always be good because you're the one that's bringing the money, not the other way around, right? You're the one that's attracting it to you. So if you expand your energy a little bit and get out of that environment that's making you feel stagnant, then you're going to end up networking, maybe meeting someone who can make your dreams come true in terms of entrepreneurship. Because that is where I feel like your heart is right now. Is leading up towards there, but something about you fears that it's either not going to work out, or it's like, I don't know what I'm doing just yet, so I need to hold on to this job in order to do this on the side, and there's nothing wrong with that, but just make sure you're making the time to do it. Be practical with how you proceed. Okay, and you're also getting the Page of Cups or the Princess of Summer, gentle, sensitive, kind, and inexperienced, a new relationship or emotional experience. So this could be for those of you where it's letting go of the negative emotions of others in a relationship. Okay, whether it be a soulmate relationship, karmic relationship, twin flame relationship. Sometimes, we reach a point on the journey where we have to choose ourselves. We have to be gentle with ourselves and look out for ourselves first. Invitations to social events, a compassionate friend that you can share your concerns with. Okay, so I feel like many of you, as you let go, you make room for healthier relationships is what this message is all about. Or I feel like many of you are getting signs about that, because Princess or Page energy is oftentimes, it's young energy, or even if it doesn't pertain to anybody young, for me, it's just a message. It might just be like a thought that's brewing, for example. And a lot of you are you're ready to let go of something that's making you feel held back in some way. And the page in itself is like a risk taker, right? Like a lot of you are feeling scared to take that risk because you may be thinking the worst, or you have this mindset of overthinking or overanalyzing. You're being called to take a risk because things work out for you. Things are always working out for you. Maybe that could be a mantra as well that you end up practicing or writing down and keeping it safely. If you want to write it down as well, whether it be 100 times or if you have a certain number that you like to work with, write it down that many times. Things are always working out for me. Fold the paper in half and burn it, and then set it and forget it. Let it be. Okay, so let's see what is the outcome here of many of you releasing this and taking that risk of moving forward. Okay, there's something negative in your life. You know exactly what it is. You might be fearful of letting go because it does involve taking a risk, but at the same time, like, do you really want to stay in a negative situation for stability, or would you rather take a risk and create stability for yourself elsewhere and also gain peace of mind? Okay, let's see what energies support your outcome. Okay, so we have the Prince of Spring and the Princess of Spring. So this is ideally the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands. Okay, so charming, self-confidence. Confidence is going to be a big thing. Don't let anybody call your bluff right now. You have the confidence in what it takes to create this major arcana that's coming up for you. In this entire spread, the major arcana here is balance. Okay, taking everyone's input into consideration, merging viewpoints, creating a better solution for yourself. And take your time. Don't feel rushed, because not being rushed is returning back to this 6 of Summer energy, persevering, but don't be hard on yourself. Gently release this. No hard feelings, no burning of bridges. Oh, I love that the King of Pentacles is coming up alongside the Queen of Pentacles there. That's your balance right there, whoever this is. Okay, you need to be assertive. And that's why I'm saying, like, don't burn bridges, but at the same time, take no shit. Okay, whoever you are, you need to hear this message about taking no shit and letting go. It's time to go after your dreams and what it is you want. This could be a new relationship, as we have here in the Princess of Summer, a new relationship or emotional experience. It's time to go after your dreams, do something that expands your horizons. You know, maybe many of you could have felt held back in a lot of ways because you're so fearful of taking this risk or having that conversation about leaving something behind. It prevents you from going after your dreams. It's like you're going back on a soul contract that you made. That's why many of you will find yourselves in the dark night of the soul, or there's, moon energy, things being revealed that's oftentimes hidden, stagnancy and feeling like you're trapped and unhappy. You're going against a soul contract. The minute you start feeling like that, you have to do something different. You have to follow your heart. That repetitive message that says, get out. Have that mature conversation with this person, this company, this group of people, this community, whoever it is, and peacefully part ways. You also have immediate action, a challenge you can successfully manage. I love it. It's about having honor within yourself, integrity, grace, but also the guts, the cojones, the balls, right? To stand up to some kind of negative environment here, taking that risk. You be the badass, you be the risk taker, okay? Because to create this balance that you need, we have the King of Pentacles here wrapping up this reading, okay? So it's compassionate, and that's why I'm saying speak with integrity, speak with truth, and speak with grace, and trust that you will be taken care of, because this combination here, a Queen and King of Pentacles, they will never see themselves down and out. Okay, they will do whatever it is they have to. And they have a really good way of attracting money and abundance to them as well. So those of you who are afraid of your financial stability being compromised because you're doing something for your highest good, the universe is not going to see you fall. And I feel like you have this in your nature. Your resilience and your strength alone, no one's going to see you fail. You're not going to end up in a position where you're, just down and out on your luck. You won't see yourself that way. You will fight for it. Okay, some of us too, like when the heat hits us, when the hot water hits us, that's when we fight the hardest, right? That's when we make shit happen that we never knew possible. And I feel like for some of us, it was kind of written in our soul contract here that we would be able to overcome. So again, I'm going to repeat myself and be redundant here. For those of you who are feeling stuck, it is because choosing to stay stuck, you start experiencing all of these things going wrong, and your energy starts feeling stagnant somewhere. It's because you weren't designed to sit and stay there. You need to do something different that you might be afraid of doing, particularly because it's messing with your stability here. But you will be just fine. Okay, the universe is going to be generous to you. We also have be assertive when it comes to what you know is right. And everything is going to go your way. Everything is working out for you is the same as everything going your way. So that's going to be a double emphasis there on making sure that you do that exercise where you write down that mantra, everything is always working out for me. That's King of Pentacles energy right there. Okay, so a good person or company to work for. Many of you might end up shifting over to a company where you don't have to deal with the negative emotions of others. You know, this reading too, I feel like with that specific message, and because we started off there with it being with someone in their workplace, I feel like this is an extra emphasized message for you. I feel like I'm going to make the title around that, so many of you will find this if you need to. Okay, guys? So I hope this message helps whoever it needs to find. I love you guys. Take it easy, and I'll catch you in the next reading, okay? Bye, guys.